Apparently they want me to go first tonight, so give me just a moment to step further aside. Greetings. This is Orion. Reciprocity is a word that's been picked, but tonight, while we will play around this word, there are so many things we wish to talk about, and we are also trying to get these bodies accustomed to the fact that they do not need to know what we are going to say. They will find it out as it appears. That will happen eventually, we're sure. Reciprocity. Reciprocity is an interesting word in that it means that there is equity in relationships. There is equity in what happens. Reciprocity often is used in a more transactional term than what we are going to talk about it tonight. Reciprocity usually means if I do this for you, you'll do this for me. That simply is not how spirit works. In spirit, reciprocity is simply I do this and the universe provides the reciprocity at some point in time. Right? Does not mean it comes back from the same person, does not mean it comes back in the same lifetime. We are asking you to take a broader view. If many of you are feeling that you are not having equity in your life, if there is no equity at your job, what this means is equity at your job means are you putting out more effort than your paycheck is giving you? That is where the equity in work comes from. If there is balance between what you are receiving and what you are giving, then it is reciprocity. This is not talking about, in reciprocity, emotional. This is truly about energetics. Is the energy that you are putting out equal to the energy you are receiving? Again, we will say unto you that this is about looking at the larger picture of reciprocity. It is not looking at one-on-one, person to person. It is looking as, is the energy that I am investing in this life that I am living being rewarded? And if it is being rewarded, then that you know you are in the right place and on the right path. If, however, you are feeling that you are expending more energy than you are receiving in return, it is probably time to take a very deep and very hard look at what it is that you are doing and why you are in that situation. We cannot stress to you enough that when you are working day to day, living day to day, we're not talking JOBs here, we're just talking life. Your JOB may be part of that. And by the way, those initials are an acronym. They can stand for just over broke, or they can stand for joy of being. It is up to you. We'll say that again. JOB can either be just over broke, or it can be joy of being. The choice is up to you. Now, if you are in a situation in your life, whether it is a JOB or whether it is a relationship with another human being or even a relationship with an animal, you need to be aware that there has to be, over time, equity in that relationship. There has to be the give and take. There has to be the balance. Balance is another word for reciprocity. Balance means, again, am I putting out the energy equal to what I'm receiving? Once more, just because I'm putting energy into a specific person or a specific event or a specific thing does not mean that person, event, or thing is giving me the energy back. It means, does that event, does the relationship with that person or thing, does that bring me the energy that I need in that moment? And what is the energy that that is bringing back to me? Because this is vitally important as well. You may be looking at reciprocity as saying, well, if I'm giving love, I want love. Well, that's great. but the person you think you want it from may not be capable of that love. And if you have the blinders on that says, I want it from that being, that person, that point in time, then you will be disappointed. If you simply say, if I am extending love to this being, if I am extending love to this world, then how am I receiving love back? And this is allowing you to open your minds to looking far, far beyond where you would normally see. Normally, you're going to be right about here. You're going to look for love right around here. We want you to look for love out here. We want you to understand that love has many, many forms. Love has many, many feelings. Love has many opportunities for you to feel Source reaching for you. Ultimately, reciprocity simply means I as Source am extending love, and I as Source am returning love. This is what happens as you move beyond duality. This is what happens as you begin to truly step into your power as a divine being. All right? Breathe, all of you. Again. You put out energy to make your diaphragm drop, your lungs expand. You received energy as the oxygen flowed in, and it was a life-giving, life-affirming event. This is reciprocity. Energy out, energy in. A very simple formula. Do not restrict where the energy comes back to you from, however. Now, enough on reciprocity from this side of the table. Yes. We see that many of you are still struggling with the changes that are arriving in our timeline here. This is a very, very powerful timeline. This is the time in which you remember that you are awake. This is the time that you are aware that you are aware. Nothing more. Do not put pressure on yourself. Do not put expectations of what will happen in your world. Do not put expectations upon yourself of what you must or must not do, of what you say or may not say. All of these expectations will set you up for disappointment. As a matter of fact, if you will let go of two things in your life, desire and expectation, you will discover that almost instantly your life moves into flow. When you let go of both expectation and desire, you are now moving beyond the screen through which you see 99.9% of your life. You are seeing it now simply as it is. Your parent is ill. Your dog is suffering. You are struggling with work. You would like a new job. These are all the things that you are desiring, that you are having expectations around. We say to you, release these. Yes, it is fine to ask Source for what you think you want in life. But we will say to you, as has been said before to you, always say, this is what I want, or something better. This is vitally important. There is really only one sin in this world, and that is to limit Source. Don't do it. Because Source is unlimited. Your mind is finite. It is extremely limited in what it can see, can conceive, and perceive. Allow yourself to open to Source. Source is your being. It is the ground of being in which all of consciousness exists. It is consciousness itself. Let it flow through you without expectation, without desire for anything to be other than it is right here, right now, in this moment. Please hear that. Right here, right now, in this moment. Everything is as it is meant to be. Everything is in the divine order that Source has set it into. Whether your little ego likes this or not is immaterial. It is as it is meant to be. Even though you may say we need to stop this in some other country, or we need to pray for this person over here, that is all well and good, but please realize in this moment, as it is the way it is meant to be. Now, this does not mean that you should give up any desire to help. You may choose to help. You may choose to reach out to your neighbor as they are struggling and give them a hand. This is fine and well, but this, again, we want you to understand, is not you doing this. This is Source putting that desire inside of you. It is Source that is taking the action to do it, and it is Source that is receiving the benefit of that action as the other being or situation with which you are working. Again, breathe. We will step back now.
Welcome, my children. It is always a privilege for us to see you here, for us to know that you are listening to your own guidance, that you are listening to what is whispered in your ear that it is time to do. We are always thrilled to see that you are hearing, that you are opening, that you are receiving what is for you on a regular basis. At first, as was discussed, we wish also to mention briefly reciprocity. Yet it is not the topic for the evening. It is the topic for the mind of this body. So, as was mentioned, it is not always a direct correlation between what you do and what you receive back. Matter of fact, most of the time it is not this. If you were to give someone who is hungry food, they may have no means to give you something in return. Yet, the giving brings joy to your heart. This is the reciprocity. Yet, if that person comes back constantly asking for more, and no longer does it feel good, and now it feels like they are in your energy and not a positive experience, then you know that that is not healthy. And you must create a boundary there. That you cannot always give and give and give and feel that there is nothing in return. In your close relationships, in your close connections with your friends or your family, there is often the feeling that you are always the one giving. Then this must stop. You do not have at this time, with the energies that are happening, the extra to continue to give when you do not feel you are getting anything in return from a close relationship. There are many facets, as was mentioned, to the concept of reciprocity. Some you must think about. In your energy work, you teach things like there must be an energy exchange of some sort. In some cases, for you, it is your financial exchange. In others, it is trade or something you're doing for each other. But you must feel that there is some equality between the two. In other cases, it is much like feeding someone who needs a meal. That you get your reward, you get your extra, you get your reciprocity down the road in this lifetime or another. But what we wish to explain is that you should not feel always drained. If you feel always drained, that you are the one always giving and there is no reciprocity, then that relationship is not healthy. That relationship is one you need boundaries. That relationship is one you may choose to leave. You may choose to say, this is not equal. There is no equality here, and I do not feel that I am an equal partner in this situation, whether that is a friend, a job, or a life partner. There must be some balance in your life. You must feel that you are getting something in return on long-term relationships. As was mentioned, sometimes it may be money. It may be that they are supportive. It may be that they are there for you when you need it. That reciprocity is what we're talking about. Yet, there is the second or third or fourth aspect to reciprocity. Again, where you may not, in especially a short term or instant, you may not see it come back right away, and definitely not come back from that same being. You may feed a wild animal and never see that wild animal again. Yet, at some other point, someone helps you or supports you in some way. And that may be the reciprocity, although that particular being could not give you that, someone else down the road did. Source is there for you. Source is always giving. It is who you are. It is the essence of your being. Source is always there for you. Do not limit that energy either. For you know that you work and you do, and that connection you have will bring you that peace inside. As was mentioned, expectations always create problems. Not that you shouldn't hope or, as was said, desire or wish for something. Please do. This is fine. You may think about things you might like. But when you are connected with Source, when you are in the flow, you have no real preference. It no longer is you wanting or requesting. You are now open to what is coming. You may get an insight, and an insight may say, this is what's coming, and you go, wonderful, I hope it does. And in some way or another, again, let go of the expectation that it must be one way or it must look a certain this or that. Allow it to be open. See from that bigger perspective. Stop looking from your narrow eyes. For when you are narrow, you miss the pathway that's over here. When you are narrow, you miss the door that is over here. You only see what it is you want. Again, wants are not bad. But if that is what you are focused on, then you will always be focused on lack. Because you will always be focused on what you don't have. It is important for you to focus on what it is that is already. What already has worked out for you in your life? What already do you have that you are grateful for? Because if you are always focused on I want, I need, I want down the road someday, you will always be focused on lack. And when you have lack, and that is the focus of your intention is I don't have this or that, I want this or that, I am lacking this or that, you get more lack. You get more emptiness. You get more sadness, depression, anxiety. Why is it not here yet? Am I not worthy? Please understand, you are worthy of everything. You are Source. You are connected. You forget. You are dreaming in the dream and you forget. It is time now to wake up to the dream, to remember your connection, to know that you have it already, to know that it is here already, to put the want, desire out there and say, it would be nice if I had whatever, a relationship, a better job, a partner, more friends, whatever it is that you wish, more money, put it out there and then release it. Release it from your mind, release it from your energy and say, Source, you know my desires, and I also know, as was said, this or something better. Expand your vision. This or something better. If you're in a situation and you say it must look like this, my relationship with this person that I think is my ideal must look like this, you will miss all the other opportunities for people who resonate with your energy but may not look exactly like your mind and ego think they should. Expand your vision and you will see more opportunities coming to you. You will see more doors opening. You will see more people in a different light. But you must release all of those expectations, that narrowness that you hold. For when you do that, then flow happens. You are then guided to what is next. You are guided to meet the right people. You are guided to the right relationship. But if you have that job, the person, the relationship looking in front of you, and you say, no, that is not what I vision as the perfect person, go away. You may miss the opportunity to connect with that being. You may miss the opportunity and the experience that you need from that job because it did not look exactly the way you expected or exactly what you wanted. So be open. Open your mind. Set your intention. I intend to have a better job. I wish to have a good relationship. Those are fine. But then say them, see them, know that what is going to happen is in your highest and best, and then release them. Do not sit every day wishing and wishing and wishing for something you do not have. Because that is lack, and you will have less. More things will fall away. And know that now, as the energies are shifting, you will have that experience. More things are falling away because you are changing. You are growing. You are shifting. What used to work does not anymore. What used to be fun is not anymore. The relationships that used to be fulfilling are not anymore because you are not in the same space. You are growing and expanding and changing very rapidly. Therefore, your life, your experiences, your perceptions will change very rapidly. Allow that to happen. Do not fight it. For when you fight it, it becomes harder. Allow the changes. Allow the people in your life to leave. Do not cling. Allow the things that need to be let go of gone. Do not cling. For when you open, you hear, you know, and you receive because you are in a very open space. So Source can provide you what it is that is your heart's desire. But stop having blinders. Stop being narrow-minded. Expand, allow, and release. Expand, allow, and release.
Lack and abundance. Lack and abundance. Abundance simply means awareness of all that is available in any moment. All the energies, all the beauty, all the ugliness, all that is available in the moment. This is abundance. You live in an abundant universe, metaverse. You live in abundance. Whether you recognize it or not, you do. But the moment you begin to desire a specific thing, and as long as that specific thing has not made itself manifest in the exact way in which you want it, you begin to move into a mental state of lack. My bank account is not big enough. My car is not new enough. My job is not fulfilling enough. All of these statements may well be true, but if you focus on them, that is what your focus is on. You will continue to lack. You will continue to focus, and please hear, you are the one who is focusing the camera of your mind on what is not present. Shift the focus to what is present. Be grateful for what is present, even if your mind wants to define what is present as negative. Be grateful for everything, because this gratitude, this focus on what is readily available to you, this focus on what you do have, keeps you in that space of abundance, that space of expansion, that space of willingness to receive. And yes, you must be willing to receive the abundance. Many, many times what happens is the universe has heard you and they say, here is this thing that you have searched so diligently for so long. But you don't see it because you're still looking at what's missing. Do not concern yourself with that which is not right, with that which is less than in your opinion, because these are all your opinions. They are all your judgments. Focus your mind, focus your attention on the abundance of Source. Focus your mind on what will provide you joy when you focus on it. We asked that you retrain your minds. This is what we are actually saying to you. This is now a time, because your manifestations are speeding up. There was a time in your life that you might have set forth a desired goal, and 5 years, 10 years later it manifested. Now we are saying to you that if you have that desired goal, it will manifest in far less time than 5 or 10 years. It may not be instantaneous for you yet, but it is moving towards you faster. What many of you do, however, is you have this manifestation is in progress, and you suddenly go, well, it's not here yet, it's not here yet, it's not here yet, it's not here yet. And all you've done is push it further away. Right? Offer that creation that you wish to manifest. Release it. Allow it to manifest in Source's time. Do not put your limits on how Source is manifesting the things that are for your highest and best. And Source is always manifesting that which is in your highest and best. This is a very simple yet very difficult mindset to hold, because everything about this world in which you are living is set to remind you of what is missing. In this society in particular, you are bombarded day in and day out with messages of what you do not have that you absolutely must need. You are bombarded by commercials, by visuals, by print, by everything telling you what you don't have and what you need more of. If you do not believe us, pay attention. Look around you at how much input you're receiving into the data bank of your brain every day that is telling you what you are missing, what's not right with life, what's not right with the world, what's not right with this and not right with that, and how all this needs to be different. It does not. It does not need to be any way other than the way it is. Accept this, and then you will begin to move fully into that world of abundance, because you see the world as truly abundant, and you see the world as truly, as we have given these phrase to you before, whole, complete, and filled with light. You are whole, complete, and filled with light. Your world is whole, complete, and filled with light. Any change that you think needs to take place is only your ego trying to create a space of separation so you do not remember that you are whole, complete, and filled with light. Accept this. Honor this. As you are healers, and you are drawing from source in whatever modality of healing you use, you are drawing on abundance. If you are a reader or whatever else you may do, pharmacist, doctor, lawyer, makes no difference what the title that your body wears to earn dollars and cents with. Makes no difference. What you are doing is you are bringing source to that occupation. You are bringing source to that endeavor. This is your purpose. This is your mission. To bring source and to remember source in everything that appears in this illusion of duality. That is your mission. That is your purpose. To bring and see and experience source in all that is. When you are able to do this, you will watch miracles happen. Now, we want you to understand that we have a different definition of the word miracle than perhaps you do. For us, a miracle is nothing more than something that shortens time. That is it. If what you would normally have done would have taken you a day to manifest, and now it manifests in an hour, this is a miracle. If it would have taken you 10 years and it now does it in 5, this too is a miracle. It is the shortening, it is the collapsing of time. And the best and only place you are actually able to do this is by standing in the present moment, which is entirely out of time. Right here, right now is eternity. Right here, right now is timelessness. In this moment, all potential is already manifest. In this moment, all exists now. Be present in timelessness. Do not allow your mind to wander to the past or to the future. These are back in time. Bring yourself to center. Bring yourself to timelessness. And allow the abundance of all that is to resonate through you.
If you have not gotten this yet, we are asking you to evaluate your life. Things are shifting and changing for each of you as they are for your planet. Things are shifting and changing all over. We are asking you to stand back and watch what is happening. Is this relationship the way I need to be? Is it reciprocal? Is there balance? Am I in the present instead of in the past or the future? Am I in balance? Am I doing the things that need to be done for my avatar, for my relationships, for my friends? Are they also doing for me? To evaluate all of the pieces and release that which no longer serves you. Let it go. Do not let it drown you. Do not let it take you down. Let it go. Do not allow it to shift yourself, your thoughts to the future or to the past or to the narrow. We wish for you to evaluate your life and focus on what is it that's going to help me, help you. What is it that each of you need to say so that you too can feel that connection with Source? What must you release? What much must you no longer have the expectation for? What must you no longer long for? What must you let go of? And for some of you, it is a relationship. For others, it is a job. For others, it is a responsibility that no longer serves you. You must find that place inside of you where you can be present and peaceful, where you can feel connected. Yes, day-to-day happens in your life, in your dimension. You must deal with the day-to-day things. You will not every moment of every day feel calm and peaceful and centered. We are not unrealistic. We are aware that that happens for you. But what we are all saying is that there is a time that is coming very quickly where you must decide how to be, not to do, but to be, to find that peace, to feel that connection, to be in your skin, to be in your avatar, in a peace, in a connected way, feeling Source in your cells, through your body, through the experiences that you're having, not focusing on the past or on the future. What needs to happen so you can function in your realm? We are not asking you to release things that will be devastating or problematic. But we are asking you to evaluate the amount of energy you expend, the amount of focus you have on problems and people and issues, and to release them, to let them go, to allow yourself to find that peace. For when you are in that space, and I know we have said this many times, but when you bring your consciousness to that one space, that point in life, you find that you hear where to go. You hear what is next. You know the path, and it is clear. You see it. You do not have to force it. You see what is coming. You do not have to make it happen. Now, you may need to do things as it shows up, change, evolve, work, whatever that means for you. You may have to do things. You cannot sit in your home by yourself and hope your partner shows up. That will not happen. But if you go out and you're in this space, your light and your energy will resonate, and those that come into that space are the right ones for you at this time. So sit back, evaluate where you are. Sit back and think, how can I release that which no longer serves me and be more present in my daily tasks, in my day-to-day work, in my day-to-day relationships? Releasing expectations, releasing want and need, and holding fast to what is already in place. For that is where the peace lies. That is what you are being asked to do as the energies are shifting and changing. That is what you are being asked to do as the vibration is shaking you. It is attempting to shake loose all that no longer serves you. It's attempting to shake loose that which is not healthy. It's attempting to shake loose that which you no longer need. Do not fight. For when you fight, it's attracted more. When you fight, it will not leave. When you are peaceful and release, it goes. And whatever is next for you shows up. When you are peaceful and release, rather than argue and fight. Open your hands. Open your life. Expand your energy. Feel the moment. Listen to what is next. Listen to the guidance of what to do and where to go. And know that you are in the flow. For as you evolve and as this happens, your life will change. Change has happened to all of you already. More is coming. And the only way to stay peaceful in the rock of the change is to feel that connectionness and centeredness. If you do not, you will be thrown back and forth, and you will feel as though nothing is working. When you find that peace, all of that chaos can happen around you, and it does not have the same effect. All the chaos at your job, all the chaos in your family, all the chaos in your world can happen, and it does not have the same effect because you have found the peace inside. By releasing expectations, by releasing relationships that are not equal, by releasing what is not for you, not by grabbing for something else to fill that hole, not by grabbing for something else to fill that need. Let it go. Be at peace. Feel that connected centeredness. And then when the chaos flows around you, you will not be caught up in it. When the chaos happens in your world, you will not be caught up in it. When the chaos happens in your life and in your family or your job, you will not be caught up in it because you feel peaceful. You've released that energy and know who you are and your connection to Source, your connection to light and love and all that is. Release what is no longer needed. Evaluate where you are. We do not wish you to be stressed. We know there is peace, and we encourage you to find that space within yourself. That connection, that love, that energy. And thank you for being here. Thank you for your time, your attention, and your thoughtful next steps. We are with you. And we go now. And so it is.
So it is.